everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you all stopped over and watched Bernard's 1912 game, Boston Red Sox. Now we're back with the second game of this doubleheader on July 9th between the Boston Red Sox and New York Yankees. Let's take a look at the starting lineups here for game number 2 of the July 9th doubleheader. And neither team really changed the lineup much. The Red Sox got leading off playing second base Chuck Schilling. Batting second, playing center field, Gary Geiger. Batting third, playing left field is Carl Yastrzemski. Batting fourth, the only change in the Red Sox lineup doing the catching this game is Joe Pagliona. Batting fourth, doing right field is Jackie Jensen. Batting sixth, playing first base, Pete Rollins. Batting seventh, playing third base is Frank Mazzone. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, Don Budden. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the Boston Red Sox is Don Shaw. Now, let's take a look at the New York Yankees lineup here for game number 2 of the doubleheader. And again, they didn't make much changes in their lineup. Batting leadoff, playing second base is Bobby Richardson. Batting second, playing shortstop is Tony Kubek. Batting third, playing right field is Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center field is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing left field is Yogi Berra. And the only change in the Yankees lineup for game number 2 is doing the catching is Johnny Blanchard. Batting seventh, playing first base is Earl Torkson. Batting eighth, playing third base is Clinton Boyer. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the New York Yankees in game number 2 is Ralph Terry. Let's get down to Yankee Stadium for the last game here before the All-Star break for the Yanks and get this party started. Hey, Tim. And here we go. And leading off for the Red Sox is Chuck Schilling. And here's the pitch to Schilling. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Boyer. He's up with it. Fires over the first for the first out here. And next up, we'll have Mr. Geiger. And here's the pitch to Gary. And that ball is hit in the left field. Yogi in the gap makes the catch for out number 2. And here comes Yaz. Carl Yastrzemski up now. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning, folks. So after a half an inning, Red Sox nothing. Yankees due up here against Don. Let's see what Bobby Richardson can do here. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Easy play out there for Geyer. And that is 1 out. Yeah, exactly. A lot of runs scored over there, wasn't it, Tim? Yeah. And here's the pitch to Kubek. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Hey, again, easy play. 2 up and 2 down for the Yanks. And that brings up Roger. And that ball is hit down the second base. Schilling's up with it. Fires over the first. Yankees go 1, 2, 3 in the first. We get to the top of the second. It's 0-0. You got Pags, Jensen, and Rollins due up here for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Pags. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field, just out of the reach of Kubek. And the Red Sox get the lead runner aboard here in the top of the second for Jackie Jensen. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Easy play for Roger Maris. 1 out. Here's Pete. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mick goes back on it, makes the catch. 2 outs now with Pag still down at first for Frank Mazzone. And that's a pop-up behind home plate. And Ralph Terry pitches around that leadoff single. And the Boston Red Sox strand Pags down at first. We go to the bottom of the second, still knotted up, nothing. You got Mantle, Barra, and Blanchard due up here for the Yankees. Here's the pitch to Mick. And that's going to be ball 4, take your base. Mick trots on down the first. That'll bring up Yogi, the lead runner aboard here for the Yankees. And that's a ground ball down the short. And his only play will be over the first. Mick will make it down the second with 1 out now for Mr. Blanchard. Johnny's not off to a great start this year. He's only hitting .252 with 12 home runs. See if he can do something this time. And he does, folks. He singles over second. And that'll be easy pickings for Mick with his speed. He'll make it home. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead on the Blanchard single RBI. So now you got Blanchard down at first for Earl Torgson. And Earl swings and misses strike 3. That's 2 outs, folks. Let's see what old Mr. Boyer, the hero of game number 1, folks. If you haven't watched that game, go back and watch that one. What a classic game the opening game of this doubleheader was. And Boyer hits that ball in the deep left field. Yaz is going back, but makes the catch at the wall. But the Yankees score 1 on the single by Blanchard. Take a 1-0 lead here going to the top of the third. You got Bunning, Shaw, and Schilling due up. Here's the pitch to Bunning. And that's going to be a base on balls. Terry walks him. Not what you want to do with a 1-run lead. And Shaw will try to bunt him over in the scoring position here. Sorry about that, folks. Little problem there. Now we're back. Here we go. Don't know what happened there. Let's try to get him down there to second on a bunt. Here's the pitch to Shaw. And that ball is bunted in front of the plate. Something's wrong. Here we go. The ball was bunted in front of the plate, right to the catcher. And he'll fire down the short over to Richardson covering at first for a double play, folks. So that erases the base runner. Now there's 2 outs for Schilling up now. So nice job by Johnny Blanchard making a quick throw down the second, getting a double play. Here comes Schilling up now. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. So that double play was big, folks. So now you got Schilling down at first with 2 outs. Could have tied the game up. Hey, Bernard. Great game over there by Bernard in that 1912 season, folks. Check it out. Again, Bernard, let me know if you want to make any changes. You can manage these Red Sox here. It's 1-0 Yankees, top of the third. Shaw just bunted into a double play, and you got Schilling on it first for Geyer. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Yogi's got it, and that'll end the inning. The Red Sox leave 1 on. We go to the bottom of the third. It's still 1-0 Yankees. We got Terry, Richardson, and Kubek due up here for the Yanks. Here's the pitch to Ralph. And that's a ground ball down the bunting at short. He fires over to Rollins. 1 out. Here's Bobby Richardson up now. He's flown out to center field his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one off of Shaw. And he drives that ball in the right field for a single. Goes the other way with it. So Bobby's down at first with a single. With Q back up now. See if Tony can do something here. He flew out to center his first time up also. And that ball is going to be hit down the third. Mazzone's up with it. His only play is going to be over the first. So Bobby will get in the scoring position for Roger. We got Roger up and now. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. They get Maris. To end the inning, Yankees lead 1-on. We go to the top of the fourth. Red Sox nothing. Yankees 1. You got the heart of the lineup due up here. Yags, Pags, and Jensen. Let's see what happens here against Mr. Terry. And that's going to be a base on balls. Yaz takes this walk down the first. Again, walking the leadoff guy. Terry got away with it in the third inning. Let's see what happens now. Yankees looking to double up Pags. Not much speed. And that ball is swung on and missed, and Yaz takes off for second, and he's going to be in there with a stolen base, folks. So Yaz still second, 1 strike on Pags, nobody out. Yaz is in scoring position now, and they walk Pags. So all of a sudden, Terry's got himself in a little bit of a pickle here. First and second, nobody out for Jensen. Again, let's see if the Yankees defense can bail him out here and get a double play. And that ball is hit down the third, but it's a slow roller. Boyer comes in, charges. His only plays the first. He fires over to Earl, and they get him. But that makes second and third now with 1 out for Rollins. Yankees will bring the infield in. Here's the pitch to Pete. And he gets a hold of this one off of Terry, folks. And that ball is blasted in the left field out there in Death Valley. It's rolling around. And Mick finally runs over. Rollins is rounding second. He's headed to third, folks. And that is a 2-run triple by Rollins, and the Red Sox take the lead here 2-1, and still only 1 out now with Pete down at third. And here's the pitch to Mazzone with the infield in, and that's going to be ball 4. And Terry's having a rough 4th inning here, folks. So again, first and third, and only 1 out. He will play back for the double play here. Mazzone and Bunning thinks he might be able to turn 2 here and get out of this inning. And that's going to be 2 balls, and that's going to be ball 4. Take your base. Bunning walks. Geez, you Pete's. So Terry's just walked the bases loaded, folks, for Don Shaw. Let's see if he can help his own cause. As you've seen in 1912, Bernard's game, we don't need no stinking DH. See what happens here. And that's going to be a pop up to the left field. And that's going to be deep enough to score Rollins. And now the Red Sox are up 3-2, folks. So a nice sacrifice fly by Shaw. Like I say, we don't need no stinking DH. So we got first and second now with 2 outs. The Red Sox up by 2. Here's Chuck Schilling. And this inning ain't over yet, folks. That ball is hit down the third. And Mr. Reliable, Clint Boyer, lets that ball eat him up. And that's going to be an E5, and that'll load the bases. Ralph can't help himself, and the infield isn't helping him either. So bases loaded now for Geyer. One swing of the bat here, and he can bust this game open for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch to Geyer. And that ball is hit in the deep center field mix, going back, standing beside the monument of Babe Ruth, makes the catch. And the Red Sox leave the bases loaded, but not until they score 3 runs, folks, and take a 3-1 lead here in the 4th inning. And we got the big boys coming up here for the Yanks, Mantle, Bear, and Blanchard. See if they can make some noise here against Shaw in the 4th and get some of them runs back. And here's the pitch to Mick. And that's not what you want to see if you're a Red Sox fan. I mean, it's Mickey Mantle, but he can't hit a 2-run homer if nobody's on. So they walked the Mick. So Mick trots on down the 1st. It's his 2nd walk of the game. That brings up Mr. Clutch Yogi Berra. Yogi grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be hit back to the mound, I believe. Yes, it is. He's going to spin, throw down the 2nd with bunting covering, and they'll get Mick out at 2nd. So Bear is on a fielder's choice. Hey, Ken, nice to see you, bud. That brings up Mr. Blanchard. Johnny's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Let's see if he can do it again here, folks, with Yogi down at 1st now. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Mazzone's up with it, fires over the 1st. Yogi will get down in scoring position with 2 outs for Mr. Torgenson. And Earl's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that ball is swung on and missed, and that's strikeout number 2 for Earl. And the Yankees leave 1 on. We go to the top of the 5th. Red Sox 3, Yankees 1. You got Yaz, Pags, and Jensen since the Red Sox batted around there in the 4th. Here we go. And that's a difference. They strike out Yaz this time. Last time Yags got on and stole 2nd. So 1 down here in the 5th. Pags is up now. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. What a difference an inning makes for Ralph Terry. That's 2 strikeouts. He's going for 3 in a row here, folks. See if he can get Jackie. No, Jackie squares this one up, folks. That ball is hit hard. That ball is hit far. That ball is hit high. That ball is gone. Pags goes the other way and hits that ball out of right field. All Roger can do is look up and watch, and that's a 4-1 lead by the Red Sox. Williams is up now. Pitch to Pete. And he's going to square this one up, folks. Drive that in the right field. Maris gets over, cuts it off before it can get by him. Holds Pete to a single. Brings up Mazzone now, 2 outs. And Mr. Rollins down at 1st. Trying to get him a double. And that's going to be lifted in the right field. Rogers camps out. He makes the catch. And that'll end the inning, folks. Red Sox score 1 more, and it's 4-1. And we got Boyer. Terry's due up in Richardson. And since this is the last game before the All-Star break, folks, we'll probably see a pitch hitter here for Terry. Get some of these guys some action. Since they're going to be off for 3 days. So here's the pitch to Boyer. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field off of Shaw. Nice piece of hitting by Clint. He's having a heck of a day here today. With his only hit of the last game. Like I say, we'll have a pitch hitter here for Terry. See who's going to come up here. Let's see here. Bob Serve's going to come in here to pitch hit for Ralph. There's Bob. All righty. So we got it. Boyer down at first for serve with nobody out. And that ball is hit down the third. Are they going to be able to turn two? He fires over to Schilling covering at second. Over to first. But not in time, folks, as Bob Serve's able to beat that out. So Bob's down at first with one out now for Bobby Richardson. And here's the pitch to Bobby, who's 1 for 2 today. And that ball's hit down the third. Again, Mazzone's going to get the shore out, fires over to first. And Bob goes down the second now with 2 outs for Tony Kubek. So I'll take a 2-out base hit here to get some of these runs back from Kubek. He's 0 for 2, flown out to center and grounded out to third. And that's going to be swung on and missed. Strike 3. So the Yankees leave Bob down at second. We go to the top of the 6th. It's still 4-1. Red Sox. See who the Yankees are going to bring in. You got a bunch of righties coming up. You got Budding, Shaw, and Schilling. Bottom part of the order. We may get Bob Turley some work here. I think it's been a while since Bob's pitched. Take a look. Yeah, we'll get Bob some work. Bob's going to come out here and pitch. You can say he'll be facing the bottom part of the line up here. In the top of the 6th, here's the pitch to Budding. And that ball is hit down to Boyer at third. He doesn't have a problem with it this time, folks. Easy play for Boyer. Over there. Earl, 1 out. Here comes Shaw, who had a sacrifice flies last time up. And that ball is going to be hit down to first. And Mr. Scourin's not down there. Earl is, and he muffs that one, folks. It gets through his legs, and that's going to be an E3. And the pitcher's aboard. Like we said, we don't need no stinking DH. He's been on board 2 out of 3. Well, got a sacrifice. So here's the pitch to Schilling now with Shaw down at first and 1 out. And that ball is lifted in the center field. Mick takes a few steps in, makes the catch for out number 2. Brings up Mr. Dyer now. And that's going to be ball 4. Geiger's going to take his base. So with 2 outs, the Red Sox are threatening again with a runner down at second and first. And here comes Yaz. Yaz is 0 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. They get Yaz. Red Sox leave 2 on. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We got the big boys coming up. We got the M&M boys followed by Yogi. Here's the Yankees' chance here to get back in this game, folks. Roger is 0 for 2. He's grounded out the second and struck out. He's hitting .255 on the year, folks, with 35 home runs and 69 RBIs. And that ball is swung on and missed. He's struck out for the 2nd time in a row, Roger has. That brings up the Mick. Mick is walked twice here today. He's hitting 306 on the year with 28 home runs and 77 RBIs. And they walk him again. Mick gets the hat trick with walks. They don't want nothing to do with him. They rather pitch to Yogi. It's paid off so far. So Mick trots on down the first, brings up Yogi. And Yogi's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the short and popped up. Well, I mean, hit into a fielder's choice. And Yogi's hitting 302 on the year, folks, with 15 home runs and 38 RBIs. Let's see if he can add to those totals here. And that ball is outside. And all of a sudden, Shaw's coming into control problems here, folks. And that's first and second with one out here. So he's just brought the tying run to the plate in the form of Johnny Blanchard. And Johnny's 1 for 2 with the only RBI of the game. He's off to a rather slow start for Johnny this year. He's hitting 247 with 12 home runs and 27 RBIs. Hey, Doug, let's see what happens here with Blanchard. And that ball is hit in the deep right field. Jensen's going back, and makes the catch near the wall. Blanchard just got under that, folks. It looked like this was going to be a tie game. So the Yankees ran 2 as we go to the 7th inning, and it's 4-1. Well, that wasn't the third out. That was only the second out. Sorry about that, folks. I'm rushing this game along here. Here's Earl Torgson up now with the chance to tie this game up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Earl walks down the first. Sure. So Shaw has walked the bases loaded, folks, for Mr. Boyer, the hero of game number 1. Can he be the hero here of game number 2? Here's the pitch to Boyer. And that ball is hit in the left field. Yazazin played perfect. Boyer misses this one, folks. So the Yankees leave the bases loaded as we go to the 7th inning. Trying to get Bob here through the 7th. He's due up to lead off the inning, but if he gets in any trouble, we'll take him out. Like I say, this is the last game before the All-Star break. You got Pags, Jensen, and Rollins due up. Yeah, exactly, Tim. I thought old Clint Boyer was going to do another home run there and win the game after the Red Sox has dominated this. Here's the pitch to Pags. And that's a fly ball in the left field. Yogi makes the catch. 1 out here in the 7th. Brings up Jackie Jensen now. Jackie is 1 for 3 with that home run. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. No, I'm sorry, that's not a foul ball. Oh, Bob's got the W. That's a base on balls for Jackie. Jackie walks on down the first. So we got 1 out now for Rollins with Jackie down at first. And that's what the doctor ordered. That ball is hit down to Bobby Richardson, over to Quebec, over to Earl, and that's a 4-6-3 double play. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. You let me know, Bernard, if you ever want to take Shaw out of the game and bring in somebody. Because see who the pitch hitter is going to be here. Let's bring out old Willie Gardner. Willie's going to try to lead off this 7th inning here and get on base. Oh, Billy Gardner. See if he can get on base here to start this 8th inning off. And here's the pitch to Gardner. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Jensen's got that with no trouble. He makes the catch. Out number 1 here in the 7th. Brings the top of the order up now, Richardson. Bobby's 1 for 3. He's gone off to a slow start to start this season, hitting 242 with 2 home runs and 25 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Bobby. And that ball is lifted in the infield. High pop up. Budding takes control, calls for it, makes the catch. That's a quick 2 outs here in the 7th. And that'll bring up Mr. Quebec. And Tony's 0 for 3. He's flew out, grounded out, and struck out. Tony got off to a nice start here this year. He's hitting 286, folks, with 4 runs and 30 RBIs. And that is hit down the 3rd. Mazzone's up with it, and 1, 2, 3 go the Yanks here in the 8th. So he's going to come out the pitch here. You got Mazzone, Budding, and Shaw due up. We're going to bring in Clever or Coates, one of the C's here. See who it's going to be. Old Tex will come out here and pitch in the 8th inning. And he'll be facing the bottom part of the order. You got Mazzone, Budding, and Shaw, like I say, due up. And here's the pitch to Mazzone. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Nice piece of hitting by Frank. And they get the lead-off batter aboard, folks. So Frank's down at first for Budden. Here's the pitch to Budden. And we drop the dice. It's an official game now, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mick's got room out there. Makes the catch for out number 2. Now we'll see if Bernard wants the pitch hit here for Shaw. Give Bernard a few seconds here, folks. See if he wants the pitch hit. Shaw's pitching a heck of a game, 3-hitter. Okay, let's bring up the bench here for Bernard. You got Nixon, Harding, Harwell, Green, Wirtz, and Ginsburg on your bench there, Bernard. You got Green, the switch hitter, Vic, and Greensburg is your lefties. Alrighty, Bernard says let him hit. You want to bunt Bernard, or you just want him to swing away here? Alrighty, we're going to let him swing away. I like it. Here's the pitch to Shaw. 1 out. Mazzone down at first. And that's going to be lifted in the left field. Bear's got it. Makes the catch. 2 outs here in the 8th. That brings up Chuck Schilling now with 2 outs. Mazzone down at first. He's 1 for 4, folks. Let's see what he does here against Mr. Clever. Old Tex. And that ball is going to be hit down the second. And Richardson will go the short way over to second with Quebec covering. And the Red Sox lead 1 on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. We got the big boys due up here. We got Maris, Mantle, and Barra here in the 8th to try to make some noise against Don. Here's the pitch to Roger. He's 0 for 3. He struck out his last 2 times up and grounded out the second his first time up. And he hits that ball down the second again, folks. An easy play for Schilling over to first. And that's the first out here on the 8th. Brings up the mighty Mick. Mick, I think, has walked all 3 times. Yes, he has. Mick has walked all 3 times today. And he finally gets a hold of one, hits that down to Rollins. Rowan feels it, calls off Shaw, and makes the play himself. And that's a 1-2 quick outs for the M&M boys. Brings up Yogi. Yogi's 0 for 2 and walked. He grounded out the short and hit into a fielder's choice. And that ball is hit down the third. Mazzone's up with it. Fires over to first. And that's your inning, folks. We go to the top of the 9th. Boston Red Sox 4, New York Yankees 1. We got Geyer, Yaz, and Pags due up here in the 9th. See if Tex can keep this a 3-run game. Here's the pitch to Geyer. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. And Quebec takes charge, makes the catch, out number 1. That brings up Mr. Yastrzemski. And Yaz is 0 for 3 today with a walk and a stolen base and scored a run. And that ball is hit in the left field. Yogi's on his horse, chases it down near the line, makes the catch for the second out here in the 9th. Here comes Pags. Pags is 1 for 3 with a walk and scored. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Tex does his job here in the 9th. Keeps it a 3-run game. We go to the bottom of the 9th. You got Blanchard, Torgerson, and Boyer due up here for the Yankees. Here's the pitch to Johnny. He's 1 for 3 with the only RBI for the Yanks. And that's going to be a fly ball in the deep center field, but Geyer makes the catch out there near the monuments for out number 1. Blanchard put a charge in it, but couldn't get her out of here. Here comes Earl. Earl's 0 for 2 with a walk today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Yankees are down to their last out here, folks. And it's Mr. Boyer. Let's see if Clint can keep this game going. And that's going to be popped up right up the chute. That's not even a home run in a phone booth, folks. And Pags throws the mask off, makes the catch, and that's your ball game, folks. The Red Sox win 4-1 and split the doubleheader here in New York and get 1 game out of the series and avoided the sweep. Let's take a look at the box score here. Nice job of pitching by the Red Sox in this doubleheader. Yankees pitching wasn't too bad. They just got outpitched in game number 2. Yeah, it was quite a doubleheader. I think so, Tim. So the Red Sox, 4 runs on 6 hits and no errors. The Yankees, 1 run on 3 hits and 2 errors. Rollins with 2 hits and 2 RBIs, and Jensen with a hit and an RBI. And for the Yankees, the only real noise was old Blanchard with that RBI single when old Mick came in to score. That was about it. Like I say, Don Shaw, 9 innings, 3-hitter. So the Yankees only got 4 hits in 2 games and actually won 1 of them. That's amazing. 3 hits, 1 run, walked 5 rather, struck out 6. No, they lost the first game 2-1, Doug. Yeah, with the Boyer home run. Yeah, Terry gets the loss, 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. Yeah, good day for your Red Sox. Won 2 out of 3, right? Yep. And Bob come in, pitched 2 good innings, and so did Tex. But the Yankees just couldn't score here, folks. So let's do some fast play here. We got the A's traveling to Baltimore to take on the Orioles. See what happens down I-95 in Baltimore. And the Orioles win a close one. The A's 4 runs on 7 hits and an error. The Orioles 5 runs on 11 hits and an error. And we got a double hitter here in Cleveland. We got the White Sox traveling there to take on the Indians. Here's game number 1. Yeah, exactly, Tim. Yeah, me and you both. I hear you. Bernard, my old eyes don't like them either. The White Sox 3 runs on 9 hits and an error, and the Indians 7 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. Let's see what happens here in game number 2. Can the Indians get the sweep, or will the White Sox split this doubleheader? And the White Sox get a split. 6 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors, and the Indians 3 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. Now we go to Detroit, and you got the Angels in there taking on the Tigers for a doubleheader. Here's the first game, folks. And the Tigers win a close one in the first one. The Angels 5 runs on 12 hits and no errors. And the Tigers 6 runs on 9 hits and an error. And Rocky Colavito had a heck of a game, folks. 2 for 4, a home run, and 4 RBIs. Let's see if the Angels can come back here and split this doubleheader. And let's see here. Tigers sweep the doubleheader on another close game. Angels 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors, and the Tigers 4 runs on 7 hits and an error. And the last game in the American League for July 9th is the Twins taking on the Senators in D.C. And the Senators win a close one. Let's see what the Stars for. Oh, Killebrew, 6 RBIs out of the 7. What a game. Twins 6 runs on 9 hits and no errors, and the Senators 7 runs on 10 hits. So Killebrew got all 6 runs for the Twins. It was a one-man show and comes up short, folks. Let's take a look at the standings here at the All-Star break for the American League. We'll take a look at some of the stats for the Yankees also. So the Yankees at the All-Star break lead the Tigers by 4.5 games. The Orioles by 6.5. The Twins 9.5. The White Sox 11.5. Angels 18. The Red Sox 18.5. The Indians are 21.5 games back. The Senators 26.5 games back. And the Lonely A's are 28.5 games back. And let's look at the leaders here at the All-Star break. You got Rocky Colavito leading the American League with a 341 batting average. Roger leading the league with a 35 home runs. And Norm Cash with 84 RBIs at the halfway point, folks. Followed by Mick and Skowron with 77 apiece. Rocky Colavito with 75. And Roger with 69 back there. Let's look at the pitching leaders here. You got Jim Bunning who all through the first half had an ERA over 2. It's up to 2.10 now. He's leading the league with 15 wins. You got Luis with 20 saves on the year. You got Bill Stafford with a 2.10 ERA. And like I say, Whitey with 14 wins on the year. You got Cash leading the league in MVP voting, and Bunnings leading the league with Cy Young. Killer Brew's been hitting 340 in his last 12 games. Norm Cash in his last 13 games hitting 326. Mick's been hitting 350 in his last 11 games, plus a lot of walks. His on base percentage has got to be close to 500 in that stretch. See who has some hitting streaks. Pags for the Red Sox has got the longest current hitting streak with 8. Rocky with 7. Boyer, like I say, he's been hot. 6-game hitting streak. Let's take a look at some of the Yankee stats here at the halfway point of the season at the All-Star break. Yeah, way to go, Whitey's right. He's having a darn good year. Got off to a slow start with those 4 losses. Was pretty early in the year. Alrighty, let's take a look here at the batting averages. We'll get rid of the pitchers here. And you got Mick with a 305 average, Yogi hitting 300, the Moose hitting 291, Howard hitting 290, Gardner in limited play hitting 286, Quebec hitting 285. Rogers been hitting well lately. He's got his batting average up to 250. There for a while, he was in the 240s, folks. Like I say, Blanchard's off to a slow start with a 252 average. Then Boyer, he's doing well here lately, up to 246. Like say, Bobby Richardson hitting 242. Let's take a closer look here at the Mick through the halfway point. Like I say, he's on pace to hit like 56 home runs, drive in 154 RBIs. He's got 5 stolen bases on the year so far. His on base percentage is 425. His OPS is 1.072. He's hitting 299 against righties, 317 against lefties. He's supposed to be hitting 371 against lefties. Supposed to be tearing them up. Let's take a look here at Roger here. Roger, like I say, hitting 253 now. With his 35 home runs, on pace to hit about 70. And 69 RBIs, on pace to get about 140. Yep. And he's hitting 254 against righties. Supposed to be hitting 286, but he is hitting better against lefties than expected. He's hitting 250 compared to 232. Let's look at Moose. Moose is the one. Moose is having one hell of a start to the season, folks. He has been Mr. Big here for the Yankees in the first half of the year. He's hitting 291 on the year, 25 home runs, and 77 RBIs in 79 games. Like I say, Moose has been hot. They've been pitching around Mick, and he's been picking up the slack for sure. Like I say, he's hitting 327 against lefties and 274 against righties. He's got 15 home runs against righties, and he's got 10 home runs against lefties. Yeah. Let's take a look at the pitching staff here. And let's take a look here at, we'll go with, put it up here as game started. So like I say, you got Whitey at 14-4 with a 2.76 ERA. Ralph Terry 8-3 with a 2.71 ERA. Bob Turley 2-2, 5.13 ERA. Bill Stafford 11-1, nice win ratio. Plus, look at that ERA for Bill, 2.10. He started 9 games, folks, pitching well. And Sheldon, he's 6-3 with a 2.52 ERA. So Art's been traded. Budding up now. He's 3-1 with a 4.82 ERA. So the Yankees are scoring some runs when he's on the mound. And how many games has Budding started? 5. So like I say, he's pitching with a good run scoring for him with that 4.82 ERA to be 3-1. Jim Coates 5-2, 3.84 ERA. Started 4 games. Danny's been traded. And Luis is holding that bullpen down. Look at that. He's got 2 wins, 20 saves with a 1.4 ERA. Tex has gotten beat up a little bit when he's come into games. He's 1-1 with a 4.63 ERA. Now Downing's going. They've traded away Doran and James and the Duke. And the last one's old Hal. He is 2-2 with a 5.25 ERA. Let's see what the whips here. Bernard likes whips. See what the whips are like. You got a .97 whip for Luis. Whitey with a 1.07. Ralph 1.1. Sheldon 1.12. Coach 1.29. Then we start getting up into 1.4s. So, like I say, they're having a heck of a start to the season. Let's take a look here. See what they was actually record was after 83 games. Alrighty, after 83 games, let's see. The Yankees are 53-29 with 1 tie after 83 games in real life. So they're 3 games ahead of pace here at the All-Star break with the 56 wins. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alrighty, I want to thank Doug Hunt. Yeah, way to go, Moose is right. Yep. I want to thank Doug Hunt for stopping by, Bernard Shaw, Tim D. Like I say, check out Bernard's channel. Ken Castro. I want to thank him for stopping by. Alrighty, folks. I might be on later tonight. Let's see who the Braves. I think the Braves finish up the All-Star break with the Pirates. Might do that game tonight, and we'll be all done the All-Star break here on Sunday. Yep, you got Lou Burdette going against Laban for the Pirates. So maybe later on the night, we'll see the old Lou Burdette trying to get the Braves up to 48-29. Alrighty, folks. Until then, you all have a great day. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell, and on your way out of Yankee Stadium, hit that like button and leave a comment. Until then, y'all take care.